This is episode 3 on master bathroom renovation and remodeling. Complete renovation and remodeling. Include tub to shower conversion. I hope you enjoy watching this video. Let's get started. In the last episode, what we did, we removed the top, also removed all the walls to check to see what type of damage behind the wall and what process I need to take to fix each of them. So this is the rest of things I need to do to fix this bathroom. Focus on drywall installation, replumbing shower area, waterproof shower area, removing the current tiles, the tree area, and retile it. Then remove the mirror and think what's the best way to handle that. We need plumbing and installation. I need to replumb the toilet area and install the toilet. I'm sure it needs some electrical work. Then focus on do some trimmings around the door, install medication cabinet inside the wall, painting cabinets and walls, install shower doors. This is going to be a long project, folks. Wish me luck. I'm going to do my best to go through the entire process to complete this project. Stay tuned. I did my best to organize all these videos so you can find it much easier. The way you access it, go to my channel, select playlist, and all the host projects are located right in this icon. Feel free to access all those videos. And meanwhile you're here in this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And this is where it's located, subscription icon. And select the bell so you'll be notified for upcoming video, and select the thumbs up so YouTube suggests this video to others. Thank you so much. Today my goal is to put the drywall over there and close it before take the tiles out, because when you remove the tile it create a dust and I don't want to get up there. That's the storage area. All right, this is drywall. It's a moisture proof that I'm going to use. When I was in the hardware store, I asked them to cut it to this size so it fit in my car. So anyway, these are the tools I'm using to measure. You definitely need a ruler like that, and also one of this, to be able to cut it. I already have the measurement on the ceiling, the bathroom. So I'm going to use this to cut it to the size, then take it back and install in it. I will show you how. All right, after, measurement finished, I put this ruler right here, like that, right where the line was. Then actually you go where the line is and you cut this, you go deep enough, you go several times over it, a straight line. You want to put your feet on it, something like that, so this doesn't move. Then after that, keep cutting until it be deep enough. So then what you do, if you pick this up like that, like this, it's hard to do this in one hand. Now if I bend it like this, you see, it's gonna bend. You see how the cut is here? So that's all you do, you go all the way down, then this piece comes out. All right, now this is exact to the size I need. So now I'm going to take it in the bathroom and reinstall it. To install drywall, you need a tool like this. It goes up to certain depth so the screw doesn't go all the way through the drywall, and it's a magnet. So you just put the screw right here. See, you're set, ready to go. What I'm showing you, this is one-man job. It means if you're installing drywall by yourself, these are the steps you can take to install it. So what I did here, I put a board right there. You see, this is a temporary board I put right there. There's a gap, so drywall goes right over it. You see, I put 2x4 over, so there's a gap. So I'm going to lay one side drywall here, and I installed this. When I push it up, because I'm installing it by myself, I don't have anybody to assist me. As soon as this goes up, I turn this to see, put a screw right in the other 2x4. Then I want to do like that. It's going to lock it, mark all where the 2x4s are and the extra pieces, so I know where to put the screws in. You see what I was talking about? This is how I support them until I put some screw in. And in the back, you see that's how I look like. I want to take that board out. Just put in lines where the 2x4s are, so I can put some screws there. As soon as I install some more screw, I'm going to take these woods off. So just want to show you what I was trying to do. You see how I secured it? All right, that I call it one-man job, one-person job. As you can see, all this ceiling is painted and it's looking good. You know, this is the first coat. So now I'm looking for some imperfection area. After you paint the first coat, you will see, you see right there, you see those imperfection area. So now I'm gonna go add some mud. There are some here as well in the corner, you see that? So after you paint it, you will see, you know, what area you need some more mudding. I will show you how you mix this mud to be able to fill those small area. I don't want to do any more sanding, but I will show you how to do this to hide all of them. I mix the mud this thickness. You know, I spent some time, mix them very well. The reason you want to be mixed very well, you don't want any type of hole leave in the ceiling. Those imperfection, that's what it was, the first layer of plaster that we put down. So we're going to fill up all those holes with this. The reason I'm doing this again, to fill all those imperfection area, all right? I put a very thin layer like that, very, very thin. So I go over it like that. My goal is to hide all of them. You want to make sure it lays perfect. When this dry, I come with the wet sponge, go over it. It's going to look pretty nice. I will show you. All right, so I'm going to go around, do all the area. There's a few places like that I need to take care of. Let me put the camera away and finish this. Do you remember it was a tape all around here that I removed? So I went around and mopped those area, and as you can see, everything is done all over. Filled up the gap, mud that I showed you how to mix. Since I don't want to create dust, you know, so I'm not going to sand those. What I did, I got a sponge, you know, with the water, and you just wet the sponge. You know, they make a sponge to do this type of work, but this is a small area. So I use something like that, right? You squeeze all majority of the water out. So you want to squeeze everything out. You know, with the sponge, you just go over like that, right? Again, you don't want to be too wet. See, it's going to level everything out. So I don't need to do any sanding. In the corner, the top is like that. It's going to go over. See, it's gone. All the extra plaster is gone. Now it's ready for paint. Again, I didn't want to sand it. You know, this is what I'm using for paint. I want to do all this area, and I just want to show you quickly how to do it. All right, again, you don't want to take too much out, just a little bit. See, it's now it's all leveled. There's no gap at all. All right, that's all you do before painting it. All right, the ceiling is done, painted a few times, and now it's in perfect condition. Now we're going to focus to finishing the wall. All the installation is being done. As you can see, of course, the top section was the spray foam in the past. I kept those. Add more, you know, insulation here. As you can see, these two bars right here, And the two down here, these are the one I add. If later on I want to add, bar that we can hold to get in the shower and come out, and so we can add those. As you can see, everything is done. And you might ask why the 2x4, they're all painted, and the extra paint for sealing and the primer that I had, I just sealed everything just to clean the paintbrush. That's what I did. And to get rid of just paint everywhere. As you can see, I sealed all here. If there is any moisture, I don't want to get in the drywall. You really don't need to do that, but I did that because I had extra old paint, and that's what I did here. Of course, let me show you this. This is what I used. Up to 3 inches gaps you can fill up. See all here, I filled everything up. All this been filled, as you see. All here. Now the extra one, I'm gonna go and just cut it with the saw. So you get a saw blade that is cut like this. You get against the 2x4. You cut the extra. That's it. Okay, the reason you're doing that, you want this to be same level of 2x4. I just use this tool to see if this place is leveled or not. You see, it's not level at all. Some areas are. See, this is fine, but some areas not. So that means I have to seal all this baseboard before using the self-level. So means while I sealed all those areas, I need to also seal the baseboard. Just do it now so it dry. All right, let's take care of that. All right, finally is the time to work on this. As you see what they did, they put that call trapper here. I'm gonna move it, I'm gonna move it, put it in the end. The reason I'm going to do that, if there is something in the pipeline, it's going to be right in the beginning. So it's going to be easier to send some wire and clean it instead of coming all the way here. You see, it comes here, then it turns. If something happens, this way is really hard to clean the pipe. So this is what I'm doing. I already threw the dirt, majority of dirt out. You see, I'm going to cut it right here. Right there, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to run it. All right, I cut this off. As you see, it's right here. Took it out. I used the sandpaper and sanded very well inside and out. All right, as you see, I already installed this. And there is a 90-degree angle here, and then it goes to that portion. That's really what this is supposed to be. If there is any issue, can be cleared right away. Of course, this is temporary. I have not glued this because I need to know how tall this should be before cutting it, but everything else is glued. Now I have to fill up this hole with gravel and then put concrete mix, level this. Okay, I use this gravel product and measured about 3 bags and start filling this hole up right where the concrete gonna lay. Of course, when you do this, you need to make sure this is packed. You use a shovel like this, make sure it goes under the concrete all over. That's what I did. And then you put water, you keep compacting this, make sure it is compacted right to the level where you need to pour the concrete. You don't just want to pour this here and hoping, everything will work out. And I have to pour the water, and I keep doing my best to make sure this is packed. It means there is no gap, it's saddled all the way down. Use almost 3 bags. This is a great product. That's what I use, is a gravel. That's what you want to use. I call this company, they're great. They help me step by step what I need to do. I was thinking to put sand or dirt. They suggest not to do that. They suggest use this product to make sure everything is secured. Of course, when you pour concrete over this, it's going to be very smooth. And then you get, a broom. After set a little bit, you go over it with broom. The reason you're doing that, you don't want to be very smooth. When you pour self-leveler, if it's not as smooth, it's much better. I read that it holds much better. So anyway, that's also done. So let's focus on start putting the walls back together. All right? At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comment. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when new video being uploaded. You have a great day.